Let's try again. Right, hello everyone. Let's go. So we're in the MIGHTY C-17 this time, as opposed to the bloody Antonov 225. I will sort that out at some point. I think we're all good in terms of what we can hear and that. Everyone can hear me, hopefully. It is currently chucking it down in Brize Norton. I think the cockpit is a 747 cockpit. None of these buttons work, so we can't open up anything, which is a shame. But yeah, so we're going to go off to Billund in Denmark. It's only about an hour, which I'm actually quite thankful for now, because probably should have finished it by now and we started on time. But yeah, so we're flying the MIGHTY C-17, which is a product from a UK mill. It is a freebie. Just sort myself out. Hang on. There we go. So it's a freebie with quite a few liveries of RAF. They've also got the Qatar livery, and also there's a couple others in there. There's like Australian, US Air Force. Yeah, so there's some interesting liveries. So we're going to go off to Billund in Denmark. Not the best way to kind of be doing it, but I haven't flown a C-17 for a while. Now I've got a reason to do so. So I hope everyone is well. We finally managed to sort it out. We're on board Zulu 176 for this flight. A quick sort of scope around the outside model. It is pretty good. I've got my controller here with me, so I can go on to drone. Onto drone mode. Bear with me. If I showcase, if I put the I'll give you a rotation of the outside drone speed, a little bit faster than that. Alright, so here she is. Drone is a little bit too quick. Yeah, that'll do. So yeah, so here we go then. Quick tour around the aircraft. Looking mightily spectacular with those engines. For some reason the aircraft is sat in the, don't know why. She's a big bird. Can we actually, well, can't go, we can go inside. Oh, there you go. It's inside the holding bay. It's not the best graphically, admittedly, but inside the cargo bay of the C-17. Of course, the big engines there as well. So that's what we're flying today. It is, yeah, as you say, it is raining. Are we delivering some McDonald's to Billund? We're not delivering McDonald's, no. It's just a standard, like I think it's a 747 cockpit, I think, if I'm correct. I'm going to need checklists. Excuse me. taxi ribbon because, like I said, I need to know where I'm going. And checklist, so we can fire this puppy up because it is quite dark. So I can't actually see what I'm pressing here.
Brize Norton Ground Royal Air Force Niner 165 ready to copy IFR clearance to
Everything's in blue, which is quite nice.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 is cleared to Billund Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 25 climb and maintain 10.
So APU on. Still can't see anything. On when available is lit.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 cleared to Billund Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 25 climb and maintain 10,000 feet. Departure on 118.475 squawk 6071.
How am I supposed to know if
Royal
it's...
Air Force Niner 165 readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.725 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Oh. Have we missed the external power? I feel like we have. I can't see a bloody thing in this plane. It's fine. Well, we'll see if we can try and... It doesn't show it. Start, and then on. Standby power to auto. Trying to get there. Matter? Can we just like doesn't want to do it. Switch all the fuel pumps on. Then we'll flick that on as well. And then we'll bring ourselves. The flight to Billund is about an hour. Don't know why my camera does that. Just takes me out the thing completely. It's quite annoying. About an hour to get to Denmark, down to Billund. Panel lights are 100%. Map is 100%. 100%. 100%. All lit up lovely in blue right now. So that is pretty much that lot done. We'll have a look at the outside. Starting to clear up as well, which is good. Now we need to set the autopilot. Like I said, it's got a I think it's 10,000 feet. They said, wasn't it? 10,000 feet. Get the aircraft into or ready for its autopilot when we kick that in. So 300 knots there. Okay, so I think we're pretty much good to go.
Brize Norton Ground Royal Air Force Niner 165 requesting pushback.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 pushback request.
Here he comes. think we need to go off to the left, don't we? Is it left or right when you go? Left, isn't it? Push to the left. Once, of course, he finally clocks in. So, what's everybody doing today? Let me know. Let me know. Podcast is back tomorrow. Doing some Rate My Liveries with a guest I will keep a secret. Love that, because he's not even connected. Is it to the left?
Brize Norton ground Royal Air Force Niner 165 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft.
Don't go to the other side. Yes. What we want to see. It's not the best pushback in the world, but we'll go for it. We'll call it his first day.
Brize Norton ground Royal Air Force Niner 165 requesting the end of pushback.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 request to end pushback.
Welsh Kev says Sunday chilling. Any pan deliveries for Ian tomorrow? Well, you never know. You never know what's going to turn up on the book. Rather, I do, but you know that's a different story. But yeah, tomorrow will be a good one. Very, very good one. Right, start switch. That's number 4. Number 4. In fact, we'll just go for all of them. Don't care at this point. Like I said, I've made a disclaimer in the description. I am not a pro, nor do I intend to be. Tom, have you seen the British Airways Boeing 777 painted in one world colours? It arrived from Shanghai and Heathrow. Have seen it, hate it. Hate it with a passion. Doesn't look right.
Taxi to and hold short of runway 25 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 25 Alpha. Contact tower on 123.725 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 25.
So she's fired up at the minute.
Cross runway 25 Alpha Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Or firing up. Transatlantic Allison, thought you might pop in. Hello to you. How are you? Apparently, we've got to switch our lights on, but we'll go nav lights. Logo for now. Taxi lights. Not a pro. Not a pro. Don't expect much, like I said. I hate the fact it does that. I hate the fact that for whatever reason my camera is all skew-off and it's just all over the shot. Why do I hate it? Doesn't look right. Simple part of the fact it doesn't look good. On the 747s, the titles for the One World livery was quite good. It was big enough. Where is my plane? Why is it? This is why I hate this game. I refuse to call it a sim. I do. There we go, finally. I refuse to call it a sim because it's a fucking nightmare to deal with. I'm good, thanks. Just heading to Heathrow to take a Neo to Boston. Very nice. Safe travels. Is it Jazz or Tom? Or what's the new one that they delivered? Or is that coming up? I forget what the other one's called. It's Jazz and Tom and another one. Alright, so we've got everything on. Lights on, etc. We can sort of look to set the flaps to take off now. He says. Guessing at this point. Right, checklist done. Right, rain is coming in as well. So I'm trying to find where the wipers are now. Anyone spots them, do let me know. There, got it. Slow wipers. All right, well we're done. Right, now we can start moving. Are you still wearing your night jacket from last year's stream from when we did Stansted to Riz? Not a jacket, mate, it's a jumper. And I have worn other clothes since. Alison saying the overhead looks busy. Yeah, I think the cockpit's taken from a 747. Just to kind of get more content out there for people to use. Okay, so we're on our taxi out to the runway. Come on, anytime today would be nice. This is where you need like that one little segment that comes in and says 2 hours later. This was supposed to be done in the Antonov 225, but rather annoyingly, the bloody thing didn't work. So it's only an hour long, so it's an hour long flight, which isn't too bad really. I'm streaming. Right, not been told to stop, so we're going to cross the runway. I don't know why he's decided to skew off the taxiway. Tactical departure or NAD P12 today? Just going to go for a standard like takeoff sort of thing. I think probably just gonna be best. I can't get this bloody thing to turn around. You can see the flaps there, look. Come on, you big beast. Don't really think that the C-17 has this much trouble. Is the C-17 payware? No, it's a freebie for PC users. It's easier to use these on like FSX and things like that, like the old flight sims. Which at the moment I really want to go back to, because this is, I know it's obviously graphically not up to standard, but the planes handle a lot easier. Taking an absolute age and probably run over quite a few cones just to get around this really easy corner. We'll get there eventually, people. Obviously, after we did our flight last time to Reyes, flying a 320 Neo, this is going to be a bit of an upgrade and obviously a lot harder to land. So I'm not expecting the best of landings by any stretch of the imagination. I imagine it will be quite a poor one, if I'm honest. But at least I've given you the heads up already.
Brize Norton Tower, Royal Air Force 9er 165.
Finally got there in the end.
IFR departure, runway 25.
It is currently chucking it down.
Royal Air Force 9er 165 altimeter 29er decimal tree 81190 at 1 tree. Cleared for takeoff runway 25.
Right, so strobe lights apparently are on.
Runway 25 Royal Air Force 9er 165.
Let's go for it. Let's get out of rainy Brize Norton. It's either after I'm getting vibes of a 777 from the noise. Yeah, podcast back tomorrow for those wondering. Will be a good one. Yes, thank you. I know how to prepare for takeoff. Thank you. Thank you very much. The other thing with like FSX as well, like the older flight sims, you've got a bit more variety of aircraft to fly, like 757s and things like that. Safe travels, Alison. Thanks for popping in, saying hello. Safe journey today. Enjoy the Neo. Just like we'll enjoy the C-17 eventually once we get off the ground. Right, so finally, ever so slowly. I'm sure it doesn't take this long to taxi a sodden C-17. Definitely won't be taxing it when we get to Billund, that's for sure. Just land the damn thing and then just exit the game. That's all we can do. Right, finally lined up on runway 25 at Brize Norton. It's starting to clear up a little bit. Here's where we've got to go. If we look at the map, we've got to get out and then take a right turn to get out of Brize Norton. Almost sort of immediately, just a real sharp right turn. And then we're pretty much off to we've got Lapmu, Rokan, Renek, and then literally straight down to Billund with a couple of other, maybe a couple other waypoints. But let's get out of here, and then this plane's going to veer off to either the left or the right. Take your pick. Here we go. Yeah, it's very much got a 747 sound to it, and it's veering off to the left. I hate when it does that. I have to fight it every time. It's a pig. Let's just get it up in the air if we can. Very blowy today. But V1, positive rate, gear up. Let's get out of here. Blustery, you can see the plane getting thrown around.
Going to 118.475 Royal Air Force Niner 165.
I don't remember which one the flap is now. Is it that one?
Center Royal Air Force Niner 165 is passing 2,300 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Forget if it is. But yes, there you go. We are off to Billund as we are climbing. Look in the cockpit here. Currently at sort of the rate that we need to be. We're at 5,000, heading towards 5,000 feet. Autopilot won't be kicked in just yet. But we can probably start to kick that autopilot in now.
JetBlue 44 traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 250 ATR 72. Report them in sight.
So as we are turning the plane, we'll just have a look and see if we've got our flaps up. Yeah, flaps are up, so that's fine. Making that bank.
Ryanair 3712, contact Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day.
Auto throttle is on.
Ryanair 165 climb and maintain flight level 220.
Climb and maintain flight level 220 Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Yep. 220. Up next.
118.775 for Ryanair 3712. JetX 642, contact Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day.
Okay, 220. We'll have a look outside. There she is. We'll skip the map for the time being.
Going to 118.775 JetX 642.
There she is. Doesn't she look good? Making the bank as we head off to Denmark. It's just nice to finally get this going. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Climb and maintain flight level 250 Royal Air Force Fighter 165.
JetBlue 44 contact Manchester Center on 118.775.
yeah, should be leveling herself out now. Looking very nice in the sun here. MaxJet TV, nice departure. Thank you very much. I've only ever flown the C-17 once, and that was for a test flight. So never. Why are we speeding? Shouldn't be speeding. That's interesting. Still speeding. I thought I turned that on. Really want that down to 300 knots. Just to cruise, really. Gonna keep an eye on that just for the minute. So we're about an hour. Won't be too much longer. Just grab my phone charger, 2 seconds. Alright, grab my phone charger. So,
London Center Easy 69990 is passing flight level 255, climbing flight level 260. Easy 69990 London Center, continue to act as planned.
just watching that speed. I think we've got it held now, so I think we're good. Still climbing. We'll have a look from this angle. Have you got any plans to do long haul? Providing the sim works, I'd like to do long haul. Very much like to do long haul.
United 26 contact Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day.
To be fair, it's a fantastic model. It is. It's a really, really nice model.
118.775 United 26.
As we head for Denmark. Where would you want to go? Transatlantic sounds good. But the problem is, I don't want to do like the typical London, New York type thing. I want to kind of maybe like recreate like a cargo run, like Stansted to like Memphis or something. Just anywhere like 5-6 hours, I think. 5-6 hours, like Dubai or something. So hopefully everybody had a decent Christmas and a decent New Year. I'd like to know if anybody got any aviation related gifts. Did you get anything aviation related for Christmas? Really fascinating cloud formations in the background there. So yeah, let me know. Aviation related gifts for Christmas. What did you get, if you got any? I got a handful of model aircraft. Star Wars, Alaska 737, Skymark 737, Japanese airline, and a DHL A300. What did you get? So steadily climbing up to flight level 220. MaxJet TV Live, I got Model Concorde, BA 747-200, Spitfire, Qatar 787, a British Airways 787-9. Very nice. But the worst thing is that I've forgotten the button that I've allocated for the reversers. But I'll have a look at that once we've sort of once we're starting our approach to Billund. Let's have a look and see what's around us at the minute. Wood Farm Airstrip. We've got Bedford. Is the Antonov 225 the worst plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator? No, not really. The problem was, or the problem that I found is that trying to kind of, okay, so when you load it up the first time, they tell you that the cockpit is hanging out the window sort of thing, so you have to restart it. Problem is, you restart it, and it does exactly what it did before, where it just tends to have a mind of its own. And it's proper irritating, like really, really irritating. Right, so we've got Bedford below us. Not sure what that is there. It's not good. Little Slaughton Airfield. So people that might know these places, or if you live near these places, I'm currently travelling over it. We've got a what's that in there in the background there? There's an airport there. Whiten. There are some fascinating cloud formations today. Of course, it's mucky here in Devon, obviously mucky in London. I know that because my girlfriend told me. Do love the C-17 though. I'd like to know if people know. Does people like the C-17 or do people hate it? I would be very intrigued to know.
70 Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Speedbird 1445 traffic in sight.
The next thing I kind of want to do is I want to be able to kind of play this on VR. Apparently, it can be done, and apparently it's very, very good. I've got a VR headset, I just need to know how to link it up and that. But apparently it is very, very good to play. On VR. Remember the last stream that we did, somebody mentioned that they were playing it on VR, and it just added a whole different experience. Rob Brown Paint Spotting. Good afternoon, chaps and chapesses from the frozen north. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. Hope you're well, Rob. Hope you had a good Christmas and a great New Year as well. Of course, same with everybody else. Happy New Year. I don't even know if I need this light on or not. Problem is, it's quite dark outside. not only do I stream here and that, I stream like football games as well on another channel. May do some more FIFA again later. Get the rage out, why not? But yes, we've got a short hour-long flight to Billund. We're about to go past EGGS. EGGS? Anyone know? No airports around us. I quite like that angle actually, if I'm honest. EGGS, let me just have a look. EGGS is not found apparently. Maybe that's not an airport. Maybe it's something else. What's the code for? Oh, Stan said it's EGSS, isn't it? Got an airport there. Not entirely sure what it is though. Is EGDS Stansted? There's Marham Air Base. Thought Stansted was EGSS, wasn't it? Some fascinating cloud like formations all over the place here. It's lovely to see. I will stop mucking about with it though. We'll leave it there. Apologies. Right, let's have a quick nosy at the map. We're sort of heading over towards the coast now, the east coast. We'll have a quick nosy and see what the weather's like in Billund at the minute. E B K I I K E I B K K B. Nope. Let's just type it in Billund. Show on the map. Oh, that's on ground. Weather. It's overcast. Excellent. So it's currently overcast in Billund. Temperature 9 degrees. Wind 12 knots at 200. That'll be mighty interesting, wouldn't it? Interesting to see what happens. Rob Brown plane spotting ZZ133. Not on that one today, on ZZ176. Trying to think of some aviation news, apart from obviously the CORNWALL British Airways. Yeah, the CORNWALL British Airways plane. Of course, there's rumours as well that the BEA Retro A319 has been retired, but apparently it's also gone into storage for a while as well. So make of that what you will. Right, so we're exiting, we're just about to exit the sort of Norfolk, I think it is. I would say. Looking rather nice in the sunshine at the minute. It's nice to see it. As my disclaimer says, we are or I'm not a pro pilot. I don't ever intend to be a pro pilot. The landings will be terrible, but it's all part of the fun, right? No one likes anybody that takes things seriously. I can't take the game seriously if it don't want to work. That's how I will. That's how I put it. There's Weybourne airstrip just below us, right on the coast. So we are pretty much over the east coast at the minute. Iran pulling off the A340 heist. Yes, I heard about this, and I read up on it as well. I completely forgot about it. Iran getting 4 ex-Turkish Airlines A340s, despite the fact they have sanctions against them. They apparently all went off radar as well before they got to Iran. No doubt they'd probably go to Mahan Air or something like that, but they do have sanctions, so I don't know what that would mean. Like what that would do in the future, sort of thing. Like what the repercussions will be, because that's obviously where they've gone. So how do you punish them? Like how do you? Yeah, what do you do to punish them? How's that happened?
Descend and maintain flight level 370.
How are we still climbing when we should be at?
Descend and maintain flight level tree 70 Royal Air Force 9er 165.
Really? I don't know why we're still climbing. I don't know why our speed is dropping. Yeah, our speed decided to drop. Not entirely sure why. Okay, so we're holding now. Speed will go up. Again. It's been a while since I've flown anything to do with like the 747 or something like that. That's why it's easier to fly Neos. Yeah, that's what I did. I pressed the B button, but I don't think I initiated the actual the altitude that we were climbing to. So I think it was climbing on its own. Everything seems to be sorted now, so that's fine. We got Delta Airlines 137 going past us. It's likely from Amsterdam. Quick look on the map. We should be over the sea now, and we are. So we have a way to go. So the next bit of land that we hit will be Denmark. We can't press it to find out. Yeah, I'd imagine that is probably Alright, so we're starting to turn onto Lapmu. Match TV Live. Tom, are you going to be doing London Heathrow to Dubai on the British Airways 747-8? I do have delivery for it. So I suppose I could do. Was supposed to fly UPS 747, but chose to do something a little bit different. So yes, I think 747 could be a good shout. I was thinking about doing like a across Australia, like point to point. Trying to think now, it's like Sydney to Perth or something like that. I think that'd be quite a good one to do. Okay, our next waypoint in 42 nautical miles is Rokan. How do you get rid of these? I want to know how you get rid of these like hints and tips and stuff like that. Like, I know how to play the game. Why are you telling me how to play it? Yeah, I don't care. Like, somebody tell me how you get rid of these tips and that. Is it settings? Is there a settings thing you can get rid of the tips or something? But yeah, so there'll be definitely a 747 flight at some point. I did have a 747-100, but it didn't work very well. And also I want to try and do the A310 as well, but the A310 is like proper study level, and it doesn't seem to want to taxi for me. I don't know why. I'm not the only one that's had the issue. And that's why I get annoyed with it, because it's like, you don't have these issues on like Flight Simulator X or Flight Simulator 2004, but the problem is, because you've got this new, I say new, but you know what I mean, like the game's been out for a while, but because of the way everything is and how it looks and everything else, like people don't want to be watching things from Flight Simulator X anymore. At least that's my opinion anyway, because Flight Simulator X, you can have all these different like Tupolev aircraft, Boeing aircraft, Airbus aircraft, and you can make a real good like hash of it. And you know, doing world tours on Flight Simulator X was awesome, like so much fun, because you could do it with so many different aircraft and flying Concorde across the Atlantic and stuff like that. It was good fun, and not have to worry about your computer having to have a meltdown because it won't can't handle the bigger airports and things like that. Had no worries about that, no worries at all. And you could fly private jets as well, and things like that without any hesitation. So one thing I miss about Flight Simulator X is the easy way to get all these aircraft and just literally pump them straight into a folder. Boom, off you go. Very easy, very easy. Whereas right now, like, nobody wants to do free aircraft because it's impossible to do it. Like, the game's been out for so long, but by this point on Flight Simulator X, you had all these like 747s that you could download, and Christ, God knows, like loads of aircraft that you could download. Like, I'm looking at my model collection here, and I'm going, you could download that, download that, download that, download that. And it would make for a fantastic stream, but the problem is FSX just doesn't look as good, which is a shame. In other news, Jetstar 787 took off from Melbourne to Philippines. I think they didn't tell inbound airport of aircraft change. Usually an A321, they denied clearance 6 hours of flying from that. Bloody hell. That's mental. Mind you, there was another thing that I saw on Twitter this morning of a Jetstar A320 that was flying a domestic Japanese route, I think it was, and it had to be diverted because there was a bomb threat, apparently. I don't know how the outcome of that went, but yeah. I suppose on a non-aviation related thing then, what did everyone get for Christmas? And more importantly, what did you do for New Year? I was in London. I was spending it with my best friend and my girlfriend. I didn't go to sleep until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. It was a bit mental, but really good fun. Christmas was fantastic as well. Yeah, Christmas was really fun. Qantas A380 diverted to Athens due to smoke. Yeah, there's a couple of incidents that have been like that. One diverted to Baku in Azerbaijan. So there was the occasion where spotters in Baku had 2 Qantas A380s on the ground. The forever cursed Qantas Flight 1, Sydney, Singapore to London. Always it's either late, diverted, or on the very rare occasion it's actually on time. So it is a strange one with the Qantas Flight 001.
London Center ATR November Sierra Zulu 4455 flight level 190. ATR November Sierra Zulu 445.
That's another thing as well. You see on the screen now they're mentioning about ATR, the ATR aircraft. We've got an ATR 72, and I'm thinking about potentially island hopping as well, if people might want to see that, like a little bit Caribbean island hopping in an ATR 72 or something. Got a few ideas in mind when it comes to that sort of thing. Everyone knows about Sabre or Sabre. .300 or 400 foot runway or something. I think that'd be quite interesting to try and land on. Been doing it on the multiplayer with a few friends of mine like Ian and Steve. Was part of the show, part of the podcast. A nice new watch for the collection, says Rob Brown. New Year was boring, kids stayed up until midnight playing games. New Year's is one of those things now, isn't it? It's like, for me, it's kind of an excuse to go and get drunk, isn't it? That's how I see it. It's like same with Christmas and stuff. Once the magic of Christmas like wears out and stuff, I still get excited for Christmas, of course I do, but it's kind of an excuse to drink. And I was drinking from about 8:30 in the morning, having a bowl of cereal, and what did I have with it? A rum and coke with my cereal. It's lovely. Not in the same bowl, obviously, but yeah, bowl of cereal and a rum and coke. It's lovely. It's what the baby Jesus would have wanted. That's my excuse anyway. Oh, I don't know. But I suppose whilst we're here, whilst people are watching, obviously didn't get to say it because obviously we didn't do an end of year special last year. I do want to thank everybody for supporting the channel in 2022. It's been a really good year for the show. We had some wonderful guests last year, with mentor pilot Jeremy Spake, Jeb Brooks, Alison as well. Loads of names that we've had, and lots of fun times and laughs and things like that. And we'll be looking to try and do something a little bit different this year and introduce some new content. Hence why we changed the logo. The logo was changed because we figured we'd freshen it up for 2023. Yeah, it was good fun. So yeah, just thank you everybody for your continued support this year. You can leave super chats in this stream as well if you want to continue to support the channel. Always voluntary. I'm not going to shove that down your throats like other channels do, but Your donations are, of course, appreciated. I'm actually quite hungry at the minute, so we've got quite a way to go. So I'm going to let the game run for the minute. I'll be back 5-10 minutes. Probably now a good time for you lot to go grab a drink, really, or food, or whatever else. And I'll be back shortly. The game will continue to run, and I'll be back in a bit.
Amsterdam Center, Royal Air Force Niner 165 flight level 370.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 Amsterdam Center. Continue as planned.
Okay. So, it's about 5-10 minutes. It turned out actually not that long at all, which is fine. But we are about 146 nautical miles away by the looks of it, so we are closing in very, very quickly on Billund. What Brown Plane Spot says socially acceptable to drink booze and eat chocolate for brekkie at this time of year. It is. Just gonna see if I turn the light off, does that make any difference? Not particularly. I'll change the tone of the light maybe. Oh god. I'm watching myself on my phone. That's how I'm looking at the chat. I'm just trying to find the right lighting. Maybe that. It'll do. It's better than nothing. Rent Deliveries is all good value. It is. It's one of my favourite shows to do of the podcast. That's what I'm looking forward to. To bringing it back tomorrow. Should be good fun to do that. Try to do quite a few because I don't want it to kind of run stale either. So I want to try and do a few of those this year, and maybe kind of spread them out to like 2 a month or something, or maybe 1 a month, and then fill the show up with other bits and bobs. Then there's a quiz that I wanted to do as well. And we'll try and get some like more flight sim streams done as well. Yeah, just to kind of try and like keep things going and keep it relevant. Not relevant, so to speak, but you know, keep it fresh with like new ideas and things like that. Maybe the C-17 carrying the fresh cabin food out to the Danish football team. Good luck, it's not going to go anywhere. We've got no cabin to bloody put it. It's all just a cargo hold. It's going to take more than a bungee rope to keep it there as well, especially if I'm going to land the damn thing. I'll be bringing back live Q&A, possibly. Could possibly do a live Q&A as well. I mean, Q&As and stuff will literally be... yeah, Q&A could be interesting as well. Not particularly aviation related, but kind of like keep it on a ask anything kind of thing. All right, here we go. So we want to take the speed right down to
descend and maintain flight level tree 10 Royal Air Force Niner 165.
230. We want to go down to 31,000 feet. Not too much on the descent. We go about 2,000. As we begin our descent. Taking the speed down to 230 knots. I think if I'm correct, because this looks very familiar, I'm fairly certain this is an FSX conversion. I'm almost certain of it. Plenty of vids on YouTube, how to remove tips, but difficult to... Yeah. It's just annoying. Like if you played it enough, you should know that you play it enough to work out how it's played.
Air Force Niner 165 is at flight level tree 50, descending flight level tree 10.
Do I need to go down a bit quicker? I would suggest yes.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 contact Copenhagen Center on 119 decimal for tree. Good day.
Okay, so we're beginning our descent into
Going to 119er,
Billund.
decimal Tree Royal Air Force 9er 165. Copenhagen Center Royal Air Force 9er 165 is passing flight level tree 5, descending flight level tree 10.
Royal Air Force 9er 165, Copenhagen Center. Continue as planned.
I don't quite know what I'm descending at the minute because I can't bloody see it. Nearly 300 knots. About to enter the clouds again. It's been fun being above the clouds for the time being, but we are about to go back into them.
Royal Air Force 9er 165, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain flight level 210 Royal Air Force 9er 165.
Imagine doing a tactical descent. That would be quite funny. Just literally nosedive it straight down. We do see that around here actually. I had it the other day. Rob Brown, please, an RAF pilot voice isn't posh enough and being pedantic, is it not an ascot call sign? It probably is. It probably is. But I just went for the Royal Air Force so that whatever. It's just a quick flight. It's fine. But I'll remember that for future. We are descending a bit quick at the minute, but it's fine. Like I said, I'm not a pro pilot. As long as you can walk away from the landing, it's absolutely fine. Excuses, excuses. Oh no, look, yeah, look, slap of the wrist. There you go. Slap of the wrist. Looks like American ATC, but how do we need to change ATC language to English? Well, that for me is like far too complicated, like complex and things like that. If you're on about that much realism, then like that's fine. But I suppose for me, like it doesn't matter to me, I suppose. Rob Brown, please put pineapple on pizza. Don't start that again. Stop it. Don't do that. Stop it. Save it for tomorrow. Save it for tomorrow. Okay, so we are descending down still, which is nice. It does look really nice, this, I must admit. Okay, so we are approaching Denmark. Not sure how long we've been live for, but it's all good so far. Make sure you don't crash. Oh, well, thankfully I don't have the crash settings on. Otherwise, you know, all this flying and then binning the C-17 on the runway would all be for nothing. What's everyone's thoughts on the C-17, by the way? Are you fans of the C-17? I absolutely love it. Love the C-17.
Force Niner 165. You are 63 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 9,000 feet. Expect ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via Uvina transition. Clear to Uvina. Royal Air Force Niner 165. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Crap.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via Uvina transition. Clear to Uvina Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Alright, so we've got our transition clearance. Can we do the return from Billund to Brize Norton? Maybe, I don't know, maybe another day? Maybe another day? So we'll come off the following soon. We'll start to, as we get the aircraft down a little bit more. We'll take off the autopilot. We'll do it ourselves. There are buttons there. Like I said, I'm not a pro pilot, and I don't know how you're supposed to follow the pattern into thingy. And I like to land the aircraft manually. So do not at me for the fact I'm not doing it properly, because I did put a disclaimer in the description, and that is where it will stay. I am not a pro pilot. I don't intend on being a pro pilot. I can butter aircraft if I want to. I haven't played it for a while. There are bound to be a few mistakes. And the odd go around, maybe. We're descending super quick. Just wonder if I should take the auto throttle off and just let it go down by itself. So there is the coast of Denmark. It is now available to the eye underneath the clouds. We have got wind to deal with as well. Descending at a rapid rate at the minute. Okay, so here's how I would fly it. So I'm again not a pro pilot. Alright, autopilot is off. We now have control of the plane. Gently roll it to the right hand side. I'm going to go and follow that line there that we can see as we continue our descent. You can get away with it in the C-17 because that's what they call a tactical descent. If you've never seen a tactical descent, you are missing out. We get them over here. Down in the southwest of England, they do it over the sea, and the sheer noise from like the reverse thrust of the engines as the plane is like descending down is it's quite something. If you've never ever seen it, it's quite something.
Copenhagen Center Air Hop 1264 is at 16,200 feet, descending 3,000 feet.
What hometown in Devon? I live in a little village just outside of Billund. Proper windy at the minute. Outside of a seaside town called Billund is where I live. Doesn't look straight to me, but apparently it is. Right, quick nosy at the map. We are expected for 2-7 over at Billund. This apparently isn't showing on the map here. So that'll be fun. Was you born in Feltham or just outside of London? I was born in a place called Ashford, just outside of Feltham and Bedfont. You are still descending. Don't know why that's not coming up on the map though.
Royal Air Force Niner 165, contact Billund approach on 119.25.
Unless the maps are broken. Normally you get the airport show up.
Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Gives you a line and all sorts.
Billund approach Royal Air Force Niner 165 is at 9,900 feet, descending 3,000 feet.
Not today.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 Billund approach altimeter 29.74, continue to Uvina as planned.
Oh, it does now. Right, let's go. When did you move down to Devon? 2011, straight after I finished sixth form. Okay, so it's still descending. $7,000 feet. Just going to try and pull that nose up a little bit because we are going down quite quickly. Let's just make a quick note here. Hang on. Yeah, that's fine. We know where we're going. Not the busiest airport, Billund. Just having a look on flight radar. We are still hauling ass though. Gonna have to take this off now, I think. Pretty sure we're breaking all the rules at the minute, but doesn't matter. It's only a game. I'm sure there's people out there going, "Oh my god!" It's fine. I'm going to start integrating the flaps, I think. Start slowing this aircraft down. Okay, conditions aren't too bad. Here in Billund.
Royal Air Force Niner 165, please expedite your descent 3,000 feet.
Is it that button? Okay, that's fine. I've got the button now, so it's fine. Would you do, being asked, would you do London Heathrow to Casablanca? I'd fly to Casablanca, yes. From Heathrow, no. See nice windmills there. Lovely to see. The Atlas is good value for tactical approaches too. I'm coming around to the Atlas. The Atlas is lovely. I do like the Atlas.
Royal Air Force Niner 165, you are 11 miles southeast of Billund. Contact Billund Tower on 119.0 when inbound on the approach.
Let's get some more flaps in.
Tower on 119.0 Royal Air Force Niner 165. Billund Tower Royal Air Force Niner 165, 12 miles southeast inbound ILS Yankee runway 27 approach.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 Billund Tower. Altimeter 29.77 wind 197 at 10. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27 approach. Ryanair 2812 follow the ATR 72 on final. Wind 197 at 10. Cleared to land runway 27.
Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27 approach Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Going down here. Far too low.
Cleared to land runway 27 Ryanair.
Gonna bring it back up a little bit. I don't know what happened there. Still feel like I'm pretty low. Must be an ex-Tonka driver at the wheel. I told you I'm not a pro. Not a pro. Right, we're gonna go full flaps. Try and get ourselves underneath the cloud here for the approach. So why are we hauling ass? We are coming in. We're not hauling too much ass, that's fine. Right, we'll take the gear down. Okay, see the runway. So I'm gonna just correct myself. Well, actually, that's what I was gonna do. Let me just check. Let me just have a look and see what I've got for the reversers. Cool. Definitely gonna need them.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 follow the aircraft on final. Wind 197 at 10.
There's an aircraft on fine.
Runway 27.
Cleared to land runway 27. 7 Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Still feel like we're far too low. Right, if it tells me to go around, I'm not going to do it. Okay, I'm just going to go down. Blown around here everywhere. Oh yeah, absolute rebel. Yeah, I'm not taking any chances. It's going to tell me to go around. I ain't doing it. Get this puppy on the ground. Wait for it. It's going to tell me any minute now. 300 feet. That is quite low. No, not going around. Don't need to.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I will go round. I will go round. Do it again. It's dreadful how bad I am at this game.
119.25 Royal Air Force Niner 165. Billund approach Royal Air Force Niner 165 is missed approach at Billund.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 climb and maintain 3,000 feet.
To be fair, terrible. That's what that was. Oh, it's dreadful, honestly. It's asking me to go right back to... I'm not going all the way back to... I'm just going to literally do it by myself. That plane was far too slow to come in. Trust it to be Ryanair as well. Ryanair slow. Right, give this another go. Tracked by 11,000 people on flight radar, probably. Probably thinking, what's he done? Why is he so bad at the game? Bring some of those flaps down now. Once again. It's a good thing I don't fly for the Air Force, isn't it?
Royal Air Force Niner 165 climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
Ah, screw that. Give me 11,000 feet.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
This game is so broken. It's legit asking me,
Niner 165 climb and maintain 17,000
why?
feet.
Don't need to. Surely.
Royal Air Force Niner 165, you are 8 miles southeast. Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via Yamina transition. Cleared to Yamina. Royal Air Force Niner 165 climb and maintain 3,000 feet.
I hate the fact it's giving me so many instructions.
Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via Uvina transition. Cleared to Uvina Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Like I'm way too low as well.
Royal Air Force Niner 165, you are 10 miles east of Billund. Contact Billund Tower on 119.0 when inbound.
Tower on 119.0 Royal Air Force Niner 165. Billund Tower Royal Air Force Niner 165, 11 miles east inbound ILS.
It certainly has. ATC's gone proper wonky.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 Billund Tower. Altimeter 29.77 wind 197 at 10. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27 approach.
Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27 approach Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Let's try this again. How high are we at the minute? 2,500 feet.
Billund Tower Air Hop 126412 miles east inbound ILS Yankee runway 27 approach. Air Hop 1264 Billund Tower. Altimeter 29.77 wind 197 at 10. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27.
Right, this time I'm definitely not going to go around.
Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27 approach Air Hop 1264.
Right, gear out this time.
Pioneer 2812 exit runway when able.
Sudden overspeed thing.
Pioneer 2812 contact ground on 119.0.
God, we keep dipping down.
119.0 Ryanair 2812. Billund ground Ryanair 2812 taxi to the gate.
No, not on this one. Because it's a conversion.
Taxiway Foxtrot Delta November. Taxi to gate 40 via taxiway Foxtrot Delta November Ryanair 2812.
Sodding overspeed.
Royal Air Force Niner 165 wind 197 at 10.
Okay, there's the runway, I can see it.
Runway 27.
quickly correct myself.
Cleared to land runway 27 Royal Air Force Niner 165.
Air hop 1264, follow the on final. Wind 197 at 10. Cleared to land runway 27. Cleared to land runway 27, air hop 1264.
Right, better.
500.
He says. Maybe not. There's no way I'm lined up with it.
400.
Slightly crabbing.
300. 200. 100.
That's windy as hell.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Not ideal. Awful landing. Can't seem to do it. That was a really bad landing.
Air hop 1264, contact ground on 119.0.
Oh well. Any landing you can walk away from, I suppose. Oh, it's dreadful. Can't do it.
Royal Air Force Niner 165, exit runway when able.
Anyway, welcome to Billund. I don't know. See, here's the thing, right? I don't know because it's constantly throwing my aircraft to one side, so it makes it very hard to land aircraft and stuff. I've never had this issue before.
Royal Air Force Niner
Okay, so I don't know.
on 119.0.
Going to 119.0 Royal Air Force Niner 165.
I'm not going to go to the gate. I'll just park it here. I don't know, you see. I don't know because I seem to be having issues with the fact that my planes are not lining up straight. And it's bugging the crap out of me.
Southeast inbound ILS Yankee runway 27 approach. Ryanair 5133 Billund Tower.
But anyway, we're here.
Altimeter 29.0.
We've made it to Billund in slightly one piece
Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27
or something. Wasn't the best of landings, but then again, like I said, I told you that that was going to be the case. So yeah, there we go. We are in Billund. Rather annoyingly, not the greatest of landings. I feel like it could have been. I never have any issues landing. I haven't had the issues with FSX or anything else like that, but for whatever reason, I get the odd great landing on here, but I can't land the plane. It's very difficult. Don't know why. Don't know why I find it so difficult. but it is proper irritating. Thought this stream was for flying the Antonov 225. It was supposed to be, but the game wouldn't load with the folder in it, so I had to take it out, and that's why we've gone for the C-17, of which the landing I have completely butchered. I obviously need to play it more, and I obviously need to yeah, I obviously need to do check out the ILS tutorials and knock out. It just seems like a lot of work for me. That's the thing. That's why I'm always used to. I'm always flying it manually, so that's what I'm used to. Not used to just, you know, like to challenge myself. And clearly, that's what I'm doing here. But, but yes. Anyway, that is the stream for now. Well, if all happens and stuff, we'll come back at some point, probably next weekend. We'll come back and we'll do another Flight Simulator stream. But hopefully you enjoyed that. I wouldn't be surprised if you put a thumbs down. I don't mind that at all. ILS is straightforward when you get used to it. It varies, isn't it, as well? Varies from aircraft to aircraft, I think. But I'll check it out, see what happens. I'll check it out and see what happens. But I don't know, might just stick with the manual and just try to get back into it. Bearing in mind, like I said, I don't play Flight Sim regularly. So do I teach myself something I'm not going to potentially use all the time? I don't know, probably not. But you know, I play it because it's fun, and if people want to moan, well, not moan, but if people want to mock the landings and stuff like that, that's what I give you. I give you the entertainment, because now you can mock me for my crap landings. It's never usually bad. I don't know what it is. It's not pressure. It's not anything else. I can't do it. Can't seem to do it when it seems to matter, and do it on stream. But there you go. So that's the end of the stream. Basically, we've made it to Billund. We're not going to do the return flight, but hopefully you enjoyed it regardless. We did a go around. Things I thought we'd nail it the first time. Yeah, did a go around, and yeah, we got on the ground. That's the main thing. But I need to also have a bit of practice, which I'll probably do during the week, maybe. Seems I've got some time off still before I go back to work. But yeah, I'll have some practice during the week and kind of go from there. But thanks for watching, everybody. I know it's a little bit frustrating. I know people were expecting the Antonov 225. I'll see if I can get that working for next time. But we'll be back next weekend for a flight. Don't know which aircraft yet. I'll let you know on social media. But we're back tomorrow, 7:30 PM for the return of the Departure Lounge podcast, where we are doing Rate My Liveries. So, for now, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you lot tomorrow for the Departure Lounge podcast. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic Saturday. Take care, everybody. Bye.